Every day in America, millions of people wake up believing they are running out of time. They scroll, they wait, they postpone their dreams for another Monday, another month, another year. But what if the biggest thing stealing your future isn't bad luck, money problems, or competition? What if it's something hiding in plain sight? And that's where the mystery begins. Imagine two people living in the same city, same opportunities, same internet, same 24 hours. 5 years later, one is thriving while the other feels completely stuck. What happened between those years? Was it talent, intelligence, or was there a secret nobody talks about? The answer might shock you. Most people think success arrives with a perfect moment. They wait until they feel ready. They wait until conditions improve. They wait until fear disappears. But while they wait, something invisible keeps moving forward every second. That invisible force never stops for anyone. And few realize the damage until it's too late. Here's the uncomfortable reality. Time doesn't disappear all at once. It vanishes in tiny pieces. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, few hours every weekend. Feels harmless in the moment. Yet years later, those small losses become enormous regrets. And one discovery changed everything. If this story is already making you think differently, take a second to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs this message. Because what happens next could completely change how you see your future. Meet David. He moved to America believing success was guaranteed if he worked hard. He had ambition. He had energy. He had dreams bigger than most people around him. But month after month, nothing seemed to improve. What was quietly holding him back? The answer was closer than he imagined. Every evening, David promised himself tomorrow would be different. Tomorrow he would start the business. Tomorrow he would learn new skills. Tomorrow he would take action. But tomorrow kept moving farther away. Have you ever noticed how easily tomorrow becomes next year? That's when the first twist appeared. One afternoon, David met an older man at a coffee shop. The stranger asked a simple question. How many hours did you invest in yourself this week? David froze. Nobody had ever asked him that before. He knew the answer wasn't good. Yet he had no idea how important that question would become. That night, David tracked his time honestly for the first time. The results stunned him. Hours vanished into endless scrolling, television, complaining, worrying, activities that felt productive but produced nothing. The problem wasn't lack of opportunity. It was something much harder to admit. The first twist was devastating. David realized he wasn't losing time. He was giving it away voluntarily. Nobody was stealing his future. He was handing it over piece by piece. Suddenly, his frustration looked completely different. But a second revelation was waiting around the corner. Most people believe successful individuals have more motivation. That's what David thought too. Then he studied entrepreneurs, athletes, and leaders. He found something unexpected. Many weren't motivated every day. They simply acted before their feelings could stop them. And that changed the entire game. What if motivation is actually overrated? What if waiting to feel inspired is one of the biggest traps in modern life? David began questioning everything he believed about productivity. Could discipline be more powerful than excitement? The evidence kept pointing in one direction. Within weeks, David created a simple rule. Before entertainment, he had to complete one meaningful task. Just one. The goal wasn't perfection. The goal was momentum. Small victories started stacking together. Yet an even greater challenge was approaching fast. Friends laughed at his new habits. Some called him obsessed. Others said he was changing too much. Suddenly, the people he expected to support him became obstacles. Why do growth and resistance often appear together? David was about to find out. The second twist hit hard. He discovered that wasting time wasn't only a personal habit. Sometimes it was a social environment. Negative conversations, endless gossip, constant distractions. Certain people unknowingly pulled him backward every day. But removing those influences came at a price. David started protecting his attention like treasure. He became selective about what he watched, listened to, and discussed. The results appeared almost immediately. His focus improved. His confidence grew. Yet something even more surprising emerged from the shadows. The less time he wasted, the more opportunities seemed to appear. New connections, better ideas, unexpected offers. Was the universe rewarding him? Not exactly. He was finally noticing possibilities that had always been there. And the pattern became impossible to ignore. Think about it. How many opportunities have people missed simply because they were distracted? How many life-changing moments slipped away while attention was somewhere else? These questions haunted David every day. Then came a discovery nobody saw coming. He learned that attention is the real currency of the modern world. Companies fight for it, compete for it. Entire industries depend on capturing it. The more attention you lose, the less control you have over your future. And that realization opened a dangerous door. David began studying how digital platforms were designed. Notifications, endless feeds, recommended videos. Everything encouraged people to stay longer than planned. Was this a conspiracy? Not exactly. But understanding the system changed his behavior forever. The third twist arrived unexpectedly. The battle wasn't against time itself. It was against unconscious living. Every day people drift through routines without questioning where their hours go. David finally understood the real enemy. But could he defeat it completely? He started waking up with intention. Not motivation, not excitement, intention. Each morning had a purpose. Each hour had direction. Slowly, his life began transforming in ways that once seemed impossible. Yet the biggest breakthrough hadn't happened yet. Months later, David looked back at old photos. The difference wasn't financial. It wasn't physical. It was mental. The person in those pictures seemed trapped in a fog. The new version of himself felt awake. Fully awake. And then the final revelation appeared. Success wasn't hiding in some secret location. It wasn't reserved for the lucky few. It wasn't waiting for permission. Success was built from ordinary decisions repeated consistently. Simple actions, daily choices, tiny improvements. But most people never realize this truth. The mind-blowing part. Every person starts with the same 24 hours. Billionaires, athletes, artists, entrepreneurs. The difference often lies in how those hours are invested. Time becomes destiny when repeated long enough. And that's where everything connects. David finally understood why years had disappeared so quickly. Life wasn't moving faster. He had been moving without direction. Once he aligned his actions with his goals, progress accelerated dramatically. But one final question remained unanswered. What would happen if millions of people stopped waiting for the perfect moment today? What if they stopped postponing their goals until next month? How different could their lives look 1 year from now? The possibilities were almost impossible to measure. Right now, somewhere in America, someone is wasting another hour believing it doesn't matter. Someone is postponing a dream. Someone is delaying a decision that could change everything. The scary part is they don't even realize it yet. The greatest secret wasn't hidden in a book, a seminar, or a millionaire's mansion. It was hidden inside every ordinary day. The hours you protect become your future. The hours you waste become your regrets. And once David understood that, nothing was ever the same again. So here's the haunting question. If your future self could speak to you right now, would they thank you for how you're spending today? Or warn you to change course immediately? The answer may determine everything that happens next. And what if the biggest opportunity of your life is already in front of you, but you're too distracted to see it? That possibility is more common than anyone wants to admit. And the next story may reveal exactly how it happens.